Hi, my name is Grace Griffin. I'm a freshman at the University of New Hampshire. I'm the author of a book called Creating Happy, and I have social anxiety disorder. All my life, I struggled with participation in class and dreaded having to do anything in front of anyone. With every year I was in school, participation expectations got higher, and with it, my anxiety. For me, high school was a nightmare. Being picked on randomly to answer questions, reading or writing pieces aloud, and so many presentations. I would wake up every day so anxious I wouldn't eat breakfast. During the day at school, I was so anxious I wouldn't eat any lunch. And when I got home, I'd start worrying about the next day and barely eat any dinner. I would spend hours on homework that would take the average student about half an hour to do. I would just check and recheck my work to make sure I had it correct in case I got called on in class the next day. I would also go to bed as early as possible, usually around 6:30 at night, because I did not want to feel that way any longer. The only way I could get the anxious feeling to stop was to sleep. While I still put in effort to get all A's throughout my years in school, it got to the point where I lost the desire to get up in the morning. I lost the desire to live my life at all. It was my passion for horses that kept me going, and it was my love for horses that gave me the courage to tell my mom how I was feeling. We had been in the car for 15 minutes, and every minute I was working up the courage to tell her how I felt, repeating my words over and over in my head. I finally explained how I was feeling, and how terrible every day was for me. And she told me, "You're being a cop-out. You just need time to adjust. It happens to everyone. You'll get over it." Weeks went on, and every day was like trying to swallow with a sore throat. Painful and nearly impossible. I began begging my parents every single day to let me drop out of school and take online classes. It was when my mom began to notice me unraveling that she said she would help me find a therapist. My therapist recommended talking to my guidance counselor, and she helped my mom and I write up a 504 plan. My teachers would not be able to randomly call on me with this 504 plan. This allowed me to just get comfortable being in the classroom again. During my sophomore year, I took one online class through VLAX, the Virtual Learning and Charter School. It was through this class that I learned about the Learning Through College program that VLAX had to offer. With this program, I was able to get dual enrollment credit for high school and college while only paying $100. For my parents, this decision was a no-brainer. However, this was not my ticket to drop out of public school. I instead worked with my guidance counselor to become a part-time student. I went to class for half the day, and then the other half I went home or went to the library to do my online classes. If it weren't for the concept and flexibility of the VLAX and the Learning Through College programs, I would not be who I am today. Every day at school became easier. I had to get through lunch and then I could go home. I was still able to have the social connections I needed through public school, but I got the academic confidence I needed through the online program. I came to realize that I was not incompetent when being asked to answer a question without being prepared. It was just the anxiety of being judged by my peers that froze up my brain, made me feel useless and worthless. Soon, I began to thrive. I gained confidence in myself by setting goals for my online courses and achieving them. I focused on motivating myself, and I worked harder than I ever did in public school to get straight A's. This alternative schooling option gave me the confidence I needed to succeed in the public school classroom. During my senior year, I even opted to take an extra course in school, something I never thought possible for me. Going to school every day, with the option of alternative schooling for half of my day, changed my life. I was able to wake up without fear. I was able to eat and take a normal amount of time to do my homework. I began loving to learn again. I began making even more friends and actually spending time with them outside of school. I began loving my life again. Online schooling is not for everyone, as not everyone can be self-motivating enough to get the work done. However, an alternative to a full day physically in school could be beneficial for any student. It can be a way to gain confidence, gain future workplace experience, to challenge themselves outside of a classroom, and gain life skills needed for the future. For students like me, The Learn Everywhere education program could be just what we need to succeed. Thank you.